Hey, welcome back. This is Minding Your Business with the Lancaster Chamber of Commerce. I'm Chris Spiker of Antelope Valley Florist.
I'm Aaron Goldstein from Goldstein Digital. Our second guest today is Jack Merzoian from Castle and Cooke Mortgage.
Hey, welcome, Jack.
Hey guys, how you guys doing?
We're doing great. Hey, we just want to say thank you for being a member of the Lancaster Chamber of Commerce.
Well, thank you. Thank you for having me here today.
Yeah, and of course the big thing that we wanted to talk about with Castle and Cooke right off the bat is there's a mixer next week.
Yes, big event. We're having it next Thursday. It's going to be located at Castle and Cooke Mortgage here at the local office on 1206 West Avenue J, Suite 220, but we're going to be having it at the downstairs floor level. It's November 9th from 5:30 to 7:30 p.m. and it's going to be huge. It's the Thanksgiving Mega Mixer. And we're going to have a Thanksgiving theme to it, so we'll have a lot of goodies, food, drinks. We're going to be raffling off prizes. It's going to be a great time.
Did you know that Castle and Cooke is right next to the world famous Antelope Valley Florist?
You know what? I drive by every day, and I love that place.
I got to change the marquee to promote the event, huh?
Definitely.
Okay, good. So this is an event you've been planning for like a year.
Yes, we do a quarterly mega mixer, and this year we chose to have it at our local branch, Castle and Cooke Mortgage. It's a nationwide company, but we wanted to get to know our neighbors a little bit better, so we decided to have it at our local office here.
Oh boy, look out.
Definitely, and I'll be giving personal tours, so anybody wants to.
Wait a minute, a tour of a mortgage company. What's that going to look like? There's computers, there's pencils.
Well, actually, we have a lot of informative information documents that can help home buyers if you're currently looking for a home to get pre-approved. If you're thinking about buying a house, maybe you need to take a couple of steps. We work with credit repair companies, to get you in the right direction if you happen to be at that level. And then, so there's a lot to see actually at a mortgage company.
Credit repair.
Mm-hmm.
So the mortgage part of the transaction is making sure you can borrow money.
That's the key, yeah, that's the key. So before you start house hunting, you want to know what your buying power is. So it's good to get together with a mortgage company and see your qualifications are.
So somebody that's thinking about buying, before they even find a house, they need to call Castle and Cooke. You?
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Gabriella said you're supposed to call her.
Well, I work for her, so we're all a happy team over there.
Okay, so if they call and look for Gabriella, that you're going to return the call.
Probably.
Yeah. So they would call you and get all their ducks in a row and run a credit report and see what's on there.
Correct.
And
then basically we would take a look at their income and based on a debt to income ratio, some programs they call specific ratios, and we can see what their maximum qualifications are for a purchase price.
I had a guy tell me one time, you could afford a house up to this, and I go, but I don't want to afford a house up to that. I guess he just looked at the numbers. He said, you're good for this to this.
Yeah, sometimes you'll qualify for a lot more than what you're really comfortable in paying in the monthly payment.
Yeah.
So, but ultimately, it's always about the buyer, the customer. Making sure that they're comfortable with what they're getting, they understand what they're getting, and that they'll be able to make the payments. We want them to keep them a homeowner.
Forever, yeah, and make them happy so they'll come back time and time again.
Yes, exactly.
Houses are selling like crazy right now.
Yes, it's always a great time to buy. Every time you make a monthly payment to your landlord and you write out that check, you're basically making him equity. And I always tell my buyers, it's time to start making yourself equity and making your payments to yourself instead of your landlord. So
once you get into a house and you finally build up some equity, you don't want to move. How does that work?
Well, sometimes, you could take some of that equity and buy a second property, a unit, 2-unit property, or maybe another single-family house, and, start renting that out and accumulating your monthly income.
That's the part I missed, was adding on as you go through life.
You ever play Monopoly? What's the
Yeah.
secret of winning in Monopoly? Buy every property that you land on.
Every time you land, yeah. Right, and I'm sure little Dickie Bracker did very well. He'd always be charging me rent, you know?
Exactly. That's
So
the
what's the
idea.
difference between a mortgage and a bank? A mortgage company and a bank?
Well, I mean, it's basically mortgage companies that originate, that they're the originator, and then they sell it to the secondary market, and then the servicers, basically, they're the ones that make the interest on it. So we put the loans together, we fund it, and then we sell the loan off to a secondary market.
Would banks sometimes be secondary markets?
Yeah, primary and secondary.
Okay. I know that was kind of a weird question, but the thing I find in these interviews is the people listening to the show in their radios or at home, same questions. You know, what does a mortgage do? Where are they? How do I, you know? So what's your contact information?
Well, if anybody ever has any questions or would like to reach out to me, my direct line at Castle and Cooke is 661-902-6005. And I also give out my cell number to everybody. It's 818-681-8344.
You know, and when Gabriella volunteered you to be on the show today, she had a nickname for you, which I had to track down because I wasn't sure what your last name really was. But you've done some other things in life besides working the mortgage business.
Yeah. Actually, prior to doing my, prior I was a bar owner actually, so quite interesting to get into. But I did it for the past 10 years and bought and sold bars. But prior to that, I actually worked for Countrywide. So I was in the mortgage industry prior to my 10-year run in the bar ownership industry.
Well, and Countrywide kind of disappeared.
We got bought out. Yeah, pretty much.
And so it was maybe time to diversify your.
Yeah, I think I took an opportunity to get into something that I really had a passion for and you know had a dream to do, and I can check that. I can check that off now.
Yeah, it's out of your bucket list.
Yeah.
Well, it's still a people business, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely, and that's one of the reasons why I wanted to get back into the loan business is because I wanted to help them start making right decisions instead of making bad decisions at the bar. So, you know, like I said, coaching some people, maybe they're not at a point where they can actually buy a property, but they can take steps into getting into that position. And so, with me, I'm always there from step to step and helping people out, whether it's, you know, helping them get their credit repair done, getting them in a position to, you know, get pre-approved, and lining them up with a realtor to go out and house hunt.
It's a lot of resource searching, and you're kind of doing the same thing you did in the bar business. You're a counselor. You're talking to people, you're hearing the stories, you're trying to figure out what direction they're going.
Yep.
What do you think about the Antelope Valley? Have you lived here all your life? Or?
Yeah, I actually moved out here in 2003. So I've been out here ever since, and you know, as I bar hopped, I owned in Santa Clarita, I owned Bergie's Bar and Steakhouse. My last venture was in Glendale. So I've been bouncing around, but my heart's always in the Antelope Valley.
Gotcha. So these different places that you owned and worked at, you probably have a pretty big following. I mean, like fans.
Yeah, I mean, I've grown to, you know, become friends with a lot of people over the years, and from location to location, and that's one of the things that, you know, obviously it's about a career and building up businesses and all that, but the contacts that you make and the people that you meet, that's the real, you know, reward for me, because businesses come and go, but friendships, I still talk to people, you know, from all those different locations.
We buy from people we like. You know?
Yes.
They met you, they like you, they follow you.
So come on down Thursday, November 9th, from 5:30 to 7:30, Castle and Cooke Mortgage, 1206 West Avenue J in Lancaster. And my name is Jack, so I hope to see everybody there.
Yeah, and you know, if you see Antelope Valley Florist, you know you're close. In fact, I'll give 3 of my parking spaces for your mixer.
Oh, there you go.
Just in case you have more than 200 cars over there.
Right on. And also, I want to also point out that don't miss, everybody's going to get a chance, you could get a chance to win a $1,000 chamber pot, which is from the Lancaster Commerce Chamber.
Really? They're giving money?
Chamber of Commerce, yeah, $1,000 chamber pot.
You want to say anything about Gabriella, what a nice person she is, in case she's listening?
She is awesome. She's helped me out and directed me, got me to become comfortable coming into the office and introducing me to everybody. She's real supportive. I love her. She's great. She's a great person to succeed with. So. Yeah.
And what's her nickname? The Mortgage Girl.
The Mortgage Girl. Yes.
I love it. So she's kind of brought you out of your shell then.
Yes,
'Cause
yes.
you were quiet and introverted when you started.
Well, I was a bit nervous because it's been a minute since I've been in this industry, and just getting back into it, and reintroducing myself and getting into the mixer, which is happening to be this Thursday
Ooh, mixer, I like that. Nice. And that starts at what time?
from 5:30 till 7:30.
You
And
think everybody's going to leave at 7:30?
Well, I think we're gonna have some maybe wine flowing, so who knows?
Well, that's a nice part of the world, and it's at the end of a nice busy business day. And we've been talking about this mixer for quite some time. I think it's actually a joint mixer with a couple of the other chambers. So you could have a pretty good crowd. Community is invited, by the way. It's not just chamber members, but anybody can come and check out Castle and Cooke Mortgage and just say hello. You never know, and maybe just kind of get the friendship going there, because there may be a time you decide you're going to buy a house or going to qualify for something, and it's good to have a friend in the mortgage business.
And I'll be him.
And you will be him. Free tours
Definitely.
next Thursday, free parking over at Castle and Cooke Mortgage. Thanks again for being a chamber member.
Thank you guys. I appreciate the time today.
Give your personal cell number one more time.
That's 818-681-8344.
Talking with Jack Merzoian of Castle and Cooke. Thank you.